Good morning. This is Starting Monday with Shami, and there's no Noreen. Obviously, you all know why we're in this predicament, this lockdown and social distancing. So overall, we are here together in spirit. Like I am with you, she is here with me in spirit. Right. Whew. I hope everyone's doing okay, because it's a very, very testing time. You know what, I actually didn't know how to start today because everything's all over the place, and that is what we're all having to deal with. We're waking up every morning not knowing where we're going, and that is the anxiety that it's festered everywhere. Social distancing, so we're not socializing with everything's just taken away. And when you take away your life, you actually realize, wow, you have no power. And it's everything just goes. And that's how everyone's feeling. So collectively, we're all feeling the same, I think. But you've got to see the bigger picture. And how I see it, I'm not in hospital, and my children are not in hospital, and my loved ones are not in hospital, and we're not being challenged by, are we going to get through it in that spectrum? Because that spectrum is a totally different spectrum. And if you actually, that's why I keep on saying, you've got to see the bigger picture in everything. And I'm just grateful that my children and me and my mum, everybody, my sisters, my brother, everybody, extended family, all my friends, everybody I know, that they're not being tested in that sense, because those people are the ones that are really being tested at this moment in time. So what we're being tested with is our family time and how we are going to cope, how we are coping family-wise. And you know what? I will tell you honestly, we don't put the news on at home. We actually will not have the news on, because we wake up and it's just no one wakes up on time anyway, because everything's disarray and sleeping patterns are out. My sleeping patterns out because I'm up with the kids now, just relaxing more, and there's nothing to wake up for in the morning. That's how we see it, other than, it's just everything's just changed. So it's hard, and my heart still goes out to families with younger children, because they are the most challenged at this time. Their children have to be, they just have to be entertained all the time. And when you've got younger children, it's very hard. But what I will say is, from my experiences, I've always worked with teenagers, but through tutoring in the last 2 years, I had the chance to tutor children who were year reception and year 1 and 2. And, it was totally different experience. And I'd always ask, because I'm very mindful, if I'm tutoring somebody, and I'm very mindful of what they're learning. So I'd always ask, how are you feeling? Are you comfortable? Are you understanding the work? What are you not understanding? And it's very good. So good in the sense that the child feels like they're somebody. And what I will say is, when we wake up in the morning and you have small young children at home, all of you, instead of waking up and thinking, oh God, we're not going out, we're stuck at home, don't think like that. Wake up in the morning, and everybody, if you can't write it, I totally understand. When you've got children and it's one wants this and the other one wants that, it can become very difficult. So verbally speak about your feelings. Why start actually understanding how each and every one of you are feeling. So say to your child in the morning, I feel frustrated. How do you feel? Start verbalizing your feelings and making your child feel that they are important, because we are suffering in our own dilemmas of not getting out and doing our normal thing. But imagine what it's like for a child at home. We as adults, we soldier on, we take care of our needs and everybody else's needs at home. But children too, they've grown up really fast in today's society, and they have feelings, and they must be feeling so disarrayed with what's happening that they can't go out and play. A child plays all the time. So the circumstances have taken away their freedom as well. So ask your child, do meaningful things, sit down you have to sit down collectively, but do meaningful things with your family where you all know how you're feeling. I mean, the rule in our house is if one person gets angry, the others are going to go, because they're having a moment, and we have to respect that. The anxiety has really kicked in. So you have to start practicing different ways of living, and in that different way of living you can actually learn more about each other. And when you learn about each other, it takes away the anxiety of, oh, we're locked up together. Do you understand I hope you're understanding what I'm meaning? Because once you start doing things that are because you're doing everything's totally out of balance. So be mindful about how everybody's feeling in your home. Ask your children and verbalize, and then do activities that they will like. If we talk about how we're feeling, how the anxiety is getting to us, children get to learn it's a coping mechanism, and you're teaching your child in this time how to cope, because this has brought up the thought in my head, what if it ever happens again? How are we going to cope? So try and tell your child that, look back and look at old times where World War I and II and how their coping mechanisms were. You know, we are living in a society where we've been given a lot of privileges, and although we've got a lot of privileges, we've lost connection with each other because we're always social media. Everything is so different. So in this time, reconnect and understand how everybody at home is feeling, and just do meaningful things. Like I've said before, I've put it on my Instagram: head massages, feet massages. Teach your children about the benefits of other things as well, how they can benefit from anxiety and how to release it, because this is not going to end anytime soon, and we all have to collectively work in our own homes to keep us level-headed. And the best way level-headed is to understand each other. And if we understand each other, this cycle will be a lot easier for us all. And in spirit, all of us, if we just pray, I always pray to God. I'm always saying, God, please, please, for those that are suffering and for those who have lost, God bless them all and keep them. You know, I can't even imagine how they're feeling. So my heart goes out to them, and let's just get through this time as best as possible for the here and now. So please take care of yourself. This is Shami from Starting Monday. Take care. Bye.